Okay, so I said there was going to be a twist to the plot. I love a good plot twist. There's a lot I don't talk about that you might be grateful for. You have a soul. You might not believe it. You might not understand what I mean. You might be taught it in your religion or anywhere else, but we all have a soul. I believe this because I know my soul now. That's how I got better. So I realized that nobody was going to be able to get me out of what I was in. Nobody. Nobody was going to be able to save me. It was me or nothing. It was me or just lay in bed and let the body shut down, which was at the moment what I was trying to do, let my body shut down. But my heart and my soul, the part of it that is in me, was like, no, we're not going that route. My soul has been through a lot. And so now when I want help, I have, with my imagination, created this garden where I go. I use my imagination, and this is why I create mood hacks. But now I want to explain why I do that. Because I have this garden. It's gorgeous. In my head. But this isn't all there is. I'm a medium, and I talk to dead people. I talk to dead people. This garden, there's a big oak tree. That just represents wisdom for me, and I sit under it when I need to talk to someone. Do you know who I talk to when I'm under my oak tree? Actually, in a gazebo adjacent to my oak tree, because I've got different spots in this garden. I have very carefully created this garden. And I have a gazebo in there, and I have this swing, beautiful, puffy swing, like pillowed. And that's where I go to talk to Joshua. Jesus, his name was really Joshua. And Jesus is the name that he was given when he demonstrated his ascension. Now, I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to say that the human that he was, had the name of Joshua. And I sit, and that swing is just for me and him. Sometimes somebody else can sit in it. But when I want to talk to him directly and look him in the eyes, which I do, it's very special. I go to the swing, or he sits there and waits for me, and I know to go to the swing. And he's one of many. Across, down from the gazebo, down from the oak tree to the gazebo, there's a river. So when I want to cross the river, I go over the bridge, and there's like an archway. And that leads to a big patch of grass that has just full of flowers. Well, there's flowers everywhere. I have flowers and plants and big leaves and everything everywhere because it's mine. I created it. But it stays there. And I can go there anytime I want, and I can talk to who I want. And I'm not Christian, by the way. I don't talk to Joshua because he's Jesus. He was bringing a higher frequency of consciousness called the Christ consciousness to earth. That's something you have to discover for yourself. But that's why it's a spiritual garden, and Jesus is part of it because he helps me with lots of things. Or we just sit there and sling. Did I doubt it at first? Of course I did. Until they started giving me answers to my questions, and the answers turned out to be absolutely true. So I cross the bridge, and I go under this archway to a willow tree because I love oak and willow trees. The oak is for wisdom, and the willow tree is for healing. I approach the willow tree, and the branches open like a curtain, and someone very special to me, who's alive, but their soul and my soul are connected very closely. That person opens the curtain for me. And I kind of freak out because it's like, no, don't look at me. I don't freak out. It's a little weird. Anyway, in there is my soul. And my soul is like all light. It's a body, it's a shape of a body, but it's white, white, white light. No, and you don't see features, you don't see, it's just a little bit bigger than me, like taller and bigger. But it's all symbolic. It's like they've explained to me, it's not really that we're in a garden. That's just the scene you have put around it. We're just always with you. I'm like, I know, but I like my garden. So just sit with me on the grass under the tree. And they're like, cool, man. And I can ask direct questions to my soul. And they know how much I can take, and they know how not to confuse me. So sometimes you don't get the answer because you're not ready for it. But they'll tell you straight out, there's some things you have to learn before you understand the answer to that question. I have experienced that. Like where it was just like, I don't get it. And I've been told it's because you don't have all the information. You jumped ahead, which is okay, because on your path, it's trial and error. There's no failure, there's no weakness, there's just learning. And sometimes you have to learn something a few times and get it wrong before you can get the right answer. Or you can wait and just learn it in steps. In other words, nothing is set in stone, and all this judgment and brimstone and blah, blah, blah only happens if you believe it, and the energy turns into that for you. I have a garden, and I go in there because it makes me feel like I've gone somewhere else, and I can talk to my soul and a bunch of guides. There's a reason I wear a dragon necklace, but I don't want to be. There's a reason. I have a lot of guides. I'm able to ask my soul direct questions and get the answer that she knows. And I call her she because she doesn't actually have a gender, but she talks to me as a woman to make me feel, because I am a woman, and she's trying to make sure that I can relate. She doesn't have a name, she has an energy signature. And her energy signature is in me. And the more I started letting more of her in to me, and that is what changed me. That is why I look different. I talk a little different. And I don't give a flying fuck what people who used to and still do judge me or think I'm whatever way they think I am. That just doesn't matter. I am part ego now, part Allison, and part my soul. And I let her do the driving.